Hey everybody, Kurt, I'm here again with another prediction video. Are you ready for some football, fans? The EPL is back. The international break is over. It's time to get back into the EPL, into the La Liga, and also into the Serie A. And what a weekend of football we have coming up for us on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be amazing for the top five teams of the EPL playing on a Saturday, as well as later at night in the Serie A is the top two teams who are only separated by 2 points, going head to head in the Derby della Madina, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm just going to say the battle at the San Siro. Inter Milan versus AC Milan. AC Milan being the home team in this one. AC Milan versus Inter. That is going to be a great game to watch. AC Milan are without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Inter Milan have some defensive worries with Lucio. A lot of people probably talking about Inter Milan and their lack of pace, but you got to say they are the better form team right now, especially with Samuel Eto'o playing that amazing attacking way, and Wesley Sneijder finding his form again for the European champions of Inter Milan. It's going to be Cassano probably coming off the bench for AC Milan. In my opinion, he's got too many issues. But one thing about Cassano that I read about that was a pretty awesome stat is that whatever derby he's played, whether it be Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, he's always scored in a derby match. So he can be the super sub that AC Milan could use to try to get a victory against Inter Milan. Inter Milan have all the pace up front, you could say, with Samuel Eto'o and whatnot, and lack of pace in the back, and a big defensive worry of not having their strong man in Lucio and Chievo helping out their young Roccanetti or whatever his name is. Can't pronounce that guy's name, but he's a young defender. They're not going to play Zambrotta. He's probably going to be in the bench. Oh, sorry, Materazzi. They're not going to play Materazzi because he's too slow. We'll see what happens against in that match, in the Derby del Madonnina. I'm not going to try to say that again. But I still think Inter Milan could win this one against AC Milan. I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Inter over AC, and that's going to blow the Serie A wide open into a 3-horse race with Napoli trying to get in there, and Roma I don't think is going to make a big push, but Lazio could. If Inter Milan win, AC Milan's not going to like it at all. I don't think they'll obviously be off the top of Serie A. Inter Milan will be leading by a point. I think Inter Milan Leonardo can do this, and they're going to get a victory against AC Milan. Coming to the English Premier League, the first one we got to talk about is at Emirates Stadium. Blackburn Rovers going to visit the Emirates Stadium and face off against Arsenal, who are coming off 3 straight draws. The last time they drew against the West Bromwich Albion 2-2 with Manuel Almunia, their number one goalie right now, who had that little blunder against West Brom. The thing about Rovers is in 4 previous trips against the Emirates Stadium, they haven't won any, and they are in some bad form. I mean, if you got to say in the last 7 Premier League matches, they haven't won in the last 7 Premier League matches, and I think last 9 EPL games away they've lost. And they haven't won at the Emirates Stadium in the 4 previous tries. So you got to say Blackburn's going to have some issues, especially since the fact that Cesc Fabregas will play, Abu Dhabi is back, Theo Walcott is also back for Arsenal. So the only way Blackburn can actually try to get a point at Arsenal, for my opinion, is if they attack Arsenal. If they try to bring the attacking formation against Arsenal, not let Arsenal counterattack or even keep the ball too much possession. Arsenal, the only worry about Arsenal for their run into the end of the season, they're the ones that are going to probably be challenging Manchester United for their 19th Premier League title. I think Ali Diab, a friend of mine who also co-hosts with me on the Super Football Show, he's going to be hoping for an Arsenal win, and he'll probably get it for sure. The big one will become when I know Ali and Usman are kind of collaborating against all the Manchester United fans and hoping that the United don't get their 19th title. Usman, being a Liverpool fan, does not want to see that happen. So on June the 17th, when it's Liverpool versus Arsenal, I'll be laughing at the two of them because they'll be against each other. We'll see what happens over there between Ali and Usman. I'll let you know in later videos, obviously. But for Arsenal versus Blackburn, I think Arsenal are a little too potent up front. They may have some defensive frailties. Blackburn have to get crosses into the box. They have to test Almunia. They have to test that defense to try to get a goal. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Arsenal are going to win this one 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium. It's going to be a little nervy, especially with Almunia in goal and all the blunders that he has, and Jens Lehmann on the bench. So the goalkeeping worries for Arsenal might keep that game a little nervy, but I still think Arsenal will get the 3 points at home against Blackburn and keep their title race or to 5 points. We're moving on to another game. It's going to be Stoke City at home at the Britannia Stadium, welcoming defending champions Chelsea. Thing about Chelsea is David Luiz. It's all about David Luiz. David Luiz has been awesome for Chelsea. What a great defender he is on the ball and off the ball as well. You could say he's sometimes has a tendency to be a little defensive frail, He might let a blunder in or two, but still, Chelsea have the best defense of the English Premier League right now, and they're in form and getting goals not from Didier Drogba, not from Nicolas Anelka, not from Fernando Torres, but they're getting from Ramirez and other midfielders, and I think that's what's going to happen as well. One amazing stat that I read was that Didier Drogba has 39 shots on target in the English Premier League, the most for any player, but he has had the least shots on target ever since Fernando Torres has come into Chelsea 8 games ago, or 7 or 8 matches ago, 7 or 8 games ago when they bought him for £50 million. And the one thing about Fernando Torres is, for the last 7 games with Chelsea in the EPL and 1 game for Liverpool, he hasn't scored a goal. That's like the longest barren run for a striker in the English Premier League to date, so that's not good for Fernando Torres. He has to get a goal, I think, this time around. It might be a little tough for him. I think he'll get his shooting boots back. If he does, then Chelsea have a big chance to push for the title. They're only 9 points behind with a game in hand against Manchester United. So if they win that game in hand, it's 6 points. If they keep winning and Manchester United drop points, Chelsea could be the third head in that fight for the EPL title. You know they're going to be there in the end. It's going to be a great ending towards the English Premier League. I think Chelsea, even though Stoke City are kind of unbeaten at home, they're very strong at home at the Britannia Stadium. They won 4 of the last 6 matches at the Britannia Stadium, and they had that amazing victory over Newcastle, a 4-0 drubbing. Even when you think Stoke City only scored like 1.2 goals per league game, so scoring 4 goals against Newcastle will give their confidence a boost. I still think the defense of Chelsea is too strong for Stoke City. I think Chelsea's going to defeat them 2-0. That's what my idea is. Chelsea's going to defeat Stoke City 2-0 away from home. Moving on, it's going to be Roy Hodgson welcoming his former team, Liverpool, at West Bromwich Albion. And West Bromwich Albion have the dubious title of, not dubious title, but a very bad record, if you would say. They've conceded in 28 consecutive league games. Yup, 28 consecutive league games they've conceded. So I think even Liverpool can score against West Bromwich Albion. That's going to be a pretty straightforward game for Liverpool. I think Kenny Dalglish has been awesome for Liverpool so far. Even though I read a stat that under Roy Hodgson, in terms of attacking, Liverpool about 20% more attacking under Roy Hodgson than Kenny Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish is getting the results that Liverpool fans want, and Roy Carroll just scored his first international goal for England against Ghana in the midweek, so he's going to have his shooting boots on, and Luis Suarez is a great pick for Liverpool as well. So I'm going to think that Liverpool will get a victory against West Bromwich Albion 2-0. Last time they played, it was Fernando Torres who scored in August for Liverpool against West Brom when they played at Anfield. Can Fernando Torres score for Chelsea on the same day they scored? Well, forget that stat. Well, I don't think. Yeah, you know what? Torres could score. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Give me a break. I'm a little up and down today, but I still think West Bromwich Albion have no chance against Liverpool. Liverpool are going to get a victory over there. Next up, we have Manchester United against West Ham United. Now, that is a tough game. That is going to be a very tough game. I remember 2 years ago when at Old Trafford, it was Kiko Makeda who scored that goal for Manchester United to make it 3-2 and help them push for that title, their 18th title, English Premier League, and then Chelsea won the next year after that. But West Ham United have been in good form so far. They're fighting for relegation, so they know they need to get 3 points at Upton Park. I still think that Manchester United with Dimitar Berbatov back, with Valencia back, with Nemanja Vidic back in defense, even though they don't have a recognized right back, they'll be playing Fabio on the right in defense. They still have a chance, and they still have a 80% chance to get a win. And I think Manchester United will get the job done. I think Dimitar Berbatov, having scored for Bolton against Bolton a couple weeks ago, is going to get a starting berth alongside Rooney. Valencia is very important for Manchester United to get those crosses in for Wayne Rooney and Dimitar Berbatov. So I'm expecting a 3-1 win for Manchester United against West Ham. West Ham might get a goal from Demba Ba. He's been a pretty good signing for them in January for West Ham United. So watch out for him. He's going to probably try to get a goal through Van der Sar. I think 1 goal it could be conceded by Manchester United this one. So 3-1 for Manchester United over West Ham. I tried to keep it statless or less talking and just more getting straight to it. One thing I wanted to mention was that Liverpool have not lost to the Baggies. Have lost only once to the West Bromwich Albion since 1972, when they lost to them in 1981. It was a 2-0 defeat. That's one stat that I wanted to let you know. So just to recap, I think Inter Milan will defeat AC Milan 2-1 or 3-1. 2-1 I said. I think that Arsenal will defeat Blackburn 2-1. I think Chelsea will defeat Stoke City 2-0. And I think West Bromwich Albion will lose to Liverpool either by 2 goals or 1 goal. And I think Manchester United will get 3 goals against West Ham United and concede 1. Those are my predictions. Comment about your predictions. And also tomorrow is the final of the World Cup 2011 in cricket. And I believe Manchester United's game is going to start in the innings break between Sri Lanka and India. I'm going to dedicate a separate video for what I think is going to happen in the final between Sri Lanka and India. And hopefully next time I'll have a little smoother video. And hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for more videos coming my way. And check out my blog, www.agentdodo.com. Bye.